Hi, today we're going to be doing a very short and gentle supine practice. So we'll be on our backs the whole time, and the practice is designed to release the back, the low back, and we'll get a little bit into the hips as well. So go ahead and come down onto the floor or your mat and lay down in a Savasana position. So for Savasana, we'll just extend the legs long. The feet will fall open. We'll roll the palms to face the ceiling. And then we're going to take a couple of breaths here, just working into our breath, grounding down through our body. We're going to work now into three-part yogic breathing. So go ahead and bring one hand onto low belly, and then bring your other hand onto your chest. And first, bring your full awareness to the belly as we breathe in. So as we breathe in, just feel the hand lift toward the ceiling. The belly will fill up like it's a big balloon. And as we breathe out through the nose, we'll start to draw the belly button back toward the spine. And again. Now just bring your awareness to your rib cage. And if it helps, you can take both hands and rest them on the rib cage. And we'll fill up the belly just as we did, and then we'll start to bring the breath into the ribs. So we'll feel those ribs lift and separate as we inhale. And then as we exhale, the rib cage will knit back together. So the ribs will come closer to one another and closer to the floor. One more like that. So fill up the low belly, mid belly first, and then expand through the ribs. And just feel the ribs fall back toward the floor as we exhale. And then take your opposite hand to your low belly and to your chest as we had it before. And then inhale, fill the belly, fill up. Take notice of the ribs expanding. And then bring your awareness into your chest. So the sternum will lift, the collarbones will lift and separate as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll release air first from the chest, then down through the ribs and down into the belly. One more breath, just like that. Stay connected to this big, slow, steady breath as we begin to move the body. So you can release the hands from the body and just bring the feet in toward the hips. Take the knees and feet at hip distance apart. We're going to take the hands alongside the body. Palms are going to press into the earth. We're going to do some pelvic tilts here. So first we're going to rock the pelvis forward, so we'll feel a little bit of a little bend in our low back. It's going to lift off the floor. And then we're going to start to press the back down onto the floor and tilt the pelvis up toward us. So we're just drawing the tailbone toward the face. And then again, draw the tailbone down toward the mat. Find a little bit of a hollow in your low back as we inhale. And then as we exhale, press low back onto the floor, draw the tailbone toward the face. And again. Exhale, press low back onto the floor. And one more. Inhale. Find that little arch in the spine and the low back. And then as we exhale, press the low back onto the floor. A little contraction to our core. And then come back to a neutral pelvis. So the low back will come just a little bit off the floor, not as dramatically though. And then from here, let's start to lift that right knee toward the face. Hold here and just use your own strength without your hands to draw the knee toward the chest. You can feel a little compression, a little work in that right hip. And then we'll just take those toes and we'll tap them to the floor and then draw the knee in and tap the toes to the floor, draw the knee in, tap them to the floor, and one last time draw the knee in, tap it to the floor. This time we'll draw the knee toward the chest and we'll take those hands and interlace the fingers around the knee. If you cannot reach the knee, you can hold on to the back of the thigh. You can find a squeeze here, and then option, if you'd like, you can extend that left leg long. Otherwise, keep it bent, foot flat to the floor. That might be too much for the left hip. Draw the elbows in. One more big squeeze. And then place both feet back onto the floor. And let's draw the left knee in toward the chest. Without using the hands, use your own strength to really pull the knee toward the chest. Feel a little heat building in the left hip. And then we'll just tap that foot to the floor, draw the knee in, tap the foot to the floor, draw it in. Keep going with the breath. Last one. Draw the knee in, interlace hands around the knee or around the back of the thigh, wherever you can reach. And then start to use the strength in your arms to find even a deeper compression in your left hip. And then option to extend that right leg long. Draw the elbows in. And bring both feet back to the floor. From here, we're going to take a twist. So extend the arms into a goalpost shape and release the knees to the right. We can gaze to the left and then option to take that right foot onto the left knee if you want to go deeper into the twist. Otherwise, just keep those legs staggered, or if it's more comfortable, you can stack the legs. Just feel a nice release in the low back. Try to keep both shoulders flat to the floor. And then come back towards center and we'll release the knees to the left. Keep the arms as they are. We can gaze to the right. An option to either keep the legs staggered, or you can stack the legs if that's more comfortable. Or you can place the left foot onto the right knee if you want a little bit of a deeper twist. And then come back towards center. We're going to take a hip stretch here. So place that left knee over the right, or left ankle over the right knee. And if this feels like a big, deep enough stretch, just stay here. You can also place that left hand on the left knee and press the knee toward the front of the mat. If you want to go deeper than this position, you can lift that right leg off the floor. You can interlace the hands around the back of the right leg or around the right shin. Keep both shoulders flat to the floor, both toes active, and stay connected to the breath here. Last breath. And place that foot back on the floor and switch out the side. So right ankle is going to come over left knee. You can stay here if this is a deep enough stretch. You can take that right hand to the right knee and press it toward the front of the mat. Or we can lift the left foot off the floor, interlace hands around the back of the leg or around the shin. Start to press that right knee toward the front of the mat wherever you are. And release. Draw the feet back toward the hips. Place the hands on the floor. And as if we're coming into that pelvic tilt position again, start to press low back into the floor, draw the tailbone toward the face, and then press into the heels and lift the hips off the floor for bridge pose. Strengthening our back, opening our hips and our chest. Last breath here. And release. And we'll just end right where we started. Extend the legs long, let the feet fall open. Palms face up. And this time we'll just let go of our breath altogether so we can come into a place of surrender. Let the jaw be soft. Release any tension we're holding on to in the forehead. Please stay in Savasana as long as you have time for. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.